I took this pill today just so I could be able to talk for this. Let me repeat myself for those of you who have the confused emoji look on your faces right now. I took this pill today just so I would be able to talk for this. And that wasn't an upper or a supplement to give me a temporary burst of energy. It was an actual pill that I take every single day just so I would be able to move my mouth for this TEDx. You see, back in 2001, I was diagnosed with the autoimmune disease myasthenia gravis, which causes extreme muscle weakness. And since then, for every single day of my life, I have taken 1 or 2 medications just so I can move my body and have a seemingly normal life. But there was that 6-month period in 2014 where I stopped taking all of my medications. I was on prednisone at that time, and the side effects had me contemplating suicide. And it was at that moment I was like, okay, I need to take control of my body. So what I did was I started my healing journey. And from that, I created the 5 truths that I live by today for improving my life. Truth 1, accepting help from my village. Some of you might be familiar with the African proverb that states, it takes a village to raise a child. As an adult with myasthenia gravis, it's important for me to use my village as I am trying to navigate life. Some mornings I need my mother's help just to button my shirt because my hands are too weak. But needing that help doesn't make me less of a person or unworthy of happiness. Just a couple months ago, I was able to scratch paddleboarding off my bucket list. Yes, paddleboarding. And let me tell you, it is not easy. But in that moment, my muscles were so incredibly strong that I was able to paddleboard in the Caribbean Sea. Truth number 2, going with the flow. Taking medication every single day leaves me with little control over my body. So in order to have a less stressful life, I just go with the flow. One great example was on a trip to Mexico. After our flight left the gate, the captain makes an announcement about how maintenance has to check out the plane. I'm just like, okay, cool, it's no big deal. And he said it was no big deal. So I'm like, all right. He assured us that we would be leaving pretty soon after maintenance looked at the plane. Well, wouldn't you know, maintenance looks at the plane and he's like, you have to go back to the gate, get off of this plane and get on another plane. So, you know, everyone is just upset, complaining, not me. I was happy that the pilot had enough expertise to call maintenance because it potentially saved our lives. Still made it to Mexico in enough time to take the flyest, sexiest photo by the pool. And you know I had to put that on my social media. Truth 3, being mindful. Mindfulness to me is being aware of my body and how it responds to people, places, and things. And since being diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, my body alerts me in these really interesting ways. Sometimes around certain people, I get severe double vision. It's something in them, and I like to call it their energy, that just sends my eyes crazy. But one time where my body alerted me in a different way was when I was dating a functional alcoholic in my 20s. And I completely missed all of the signs of alcoholism because in my mind, if you are an alcoholic, there's no way you can go to work every day on time and lead a seemingly normal life. So I missed all of it. And then 9 months later, after the relationship ended, I noticed that my nails had not grown during the entire time of the relationship. And that is so completely not normal for me because for my entire life, I've just had long nails. And it was at that point, I was like, wow, the stress from the relationship just had caused my nails not to grow. So since then, whenever I experience severe double vision around people, or I'm in situations where I notice that my nails are not growing, I remove myself immediately because my health is far more important than any person, place, or thing. Truth 4, meditating. Meditation for me has just become something that completely calms my soul. I try to make it a point to meditate at least 15 minutes every single day. And there are days when I do not meditate. Do I beat myself up? Absolutely not. I just make it a point to meditate the following day. A good example of how meditation just really calmed me, I recently began teaching Reiki, and for 5 months, like leading into me teaching, I was just completely stressed out, just nervous about how the day was gonna go. Was my student really gonna learn? Was I capable of teaching it? And then a random conversation with a friend 2 months before the class started led me on the meditation path. At that point, I started doing it 3 times a day. I was just like, okay, I really just need to focus and get my mind right. 2 weeks going into the class, I was completely calm and confident that everything in the class would just go as it was supposed to go. And I mean, it was amazing. My student felt that she understood the fundamentals of Reiki. She felt confident enough to begin practicing Reiki on her family members. And it was just really reassuring to me that the meditation calmed me in a way where I didn't have the space for negativity to come in and hinder my teaching. Truth 5, drinking at least 8 glasses of water a day. Each morning, I start my day off with a glass of water with a slice of organic lemon. This has been my morning ritual for at least the last 12 years. I have even been known to travel with my lemon. And if you've ever been on a Zoom call with me, I'm pretty sure you have seen this mug. Like, I just drink my water just all the time. Drinking that first glass of water, it makes me feel alive. It gets my energy going. And on days where I'm like running errands or just all over the place and I don't drink water, my kidneys begin to ache. And it's just a reminder of the importance of water. Now, I know some of you are just like, oh my goodness, water is just gonna make me go to the bathroom. And yes, it will. You will become very acquainted with the restroom. But the trade-off is just, to me, it's worth it. Water for me keeps my energy levels up, makes my kidneys feel amazing, and keeps my skin glowing. Because I'm willing to bet that if you had to guess my age, you would not think that I'm closer to 50 than I am 30. So there you have my 5 truths: accepting help from my village, going with the flow, being mindful, meditating, and drinking at least 8 glasses of water a day. These are the 5 things that keep me sane, healthy, and happy. What are some things that have been lingering in the back of your mind that you have wanted to do? Have you thought about taking that yoga class? Have you wanted to begin painting but just haven't picked up that paintbrush yet? Whatever you decide to do, make sure that it makes you happy on some level. The Dalai Lama once said, "Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions." So I encourage you all to do the things that make you happy and improve your life, even if people look at you like you're crazy. Because at the end of the day, your happiness is not for anyone else to approve.